students, welcome to this online session. We were discussing about the recursive function. Today we are going to study about some built-in functions and modules and libraries in Python.
Module is a Python file containing functions, variables and classes. That is a program with py extension. Actually, that is a program with all these things, or at least one among them. Here, these classes are not familiar to you, that is not part of your syllabus. So, you can consider the module as a program, a Python program file with some functions and variables. I will say more about what a module is after seeing this example. See, we can write a program with two functions. So, I am defining two functions, def sum, to find sum of two numbers. So, two arguments are there. Then I am printing sum of a and b, and another function def sub, to find the difference of two numbers. Let it print the same. So, print a minus b. So, write these two functions as part of a program. So, I am writing and giving the name of the program as module1 .py. That is the default extension. So, let me write another program. So, my program's name is pgm1. Then a equal to int input, enter num1, b equal to int enter num2. Two numbers are entered. Then in this program, if I need to use the function which is defined in another program file, that is module.py. So that is possible using a module. How? So in this program, I should use the same. For using a module which is part of the same interpreter, you use the command import. Then the module name, that program's name. So import module1. I use import module1. Then thereafter, I can use the function sum and sub inside this program. For that, I have to use module1.sum of a, b. Then to use the second function, write module1.sub a comma b. Okay, we can trace the program import module1. So when I am using import keyword, it will import or bring all the function which is part of another program to the present program, to the current program. Okay, so now all the function definitions which is part of the module 1 is presently part of the current program. Then if I am using the calling function sum of ab, it can be accessible here because presently this is part of this program's environment. Okay, execution time, it will call the function as a normal program. Okay, so keep this in your mind. Then we can come back to the module. Again, module is a Python program file with some functions, variables and classes. And what are the module variables that we will see soon. and function can be part of the module that we just experiment now. And now we will see what is a module. So that is a Python program, that's clear I think. And what are the relevance of a module or the advantages of a module. So when you are using a module as part of your program, we can reuse the code, just like function, code reusability. That is an advantage of function too. But here the things are different. What is the major difference between a function and a module? Function can be used inside the same program. If you define a function inside a program, you can use that function inside the same program at any number of time. But in case of a module, you can use, if you write group of functions in a module, then you can import, we can make use of that module in other programs too. Okay, so take it in that sense, code reusability. The next point is categorization. That means using module, we can store similar type of functions into a single code fragment. So inside a module, you can store similar type of function, and the module reduce the program complexity. For example, if you are computerizing a big organization, there can be a quite number of functions. So if you are arranging the different functions into different modules based on its nature, then we can reduce the program complexity. Okay, so these are the key points connected to the module. Module is a program, Python program with some functions, variables and class definitions. Okay, then this module can be more useful to reuse the code. That means we can reuse the code which is written in other program as part of the same program. Then we can categorize the code by assembling the similar type of function into a single unit. Then we can reduce the program complexity too. Then how can we name a module? To name a module, you take care only for one thing, that is never give a keyword as a module name, like a variable name or a function name. Okay. Then now we will see how can we import different modules or a single module into a program. So importing modules. So to import module to a program, there are two methods. One is importing the entire module. And the second method is importing only selected elements or selected objects. These are the two different methods to import module to a program. First one is importing the entire module. So if you have a module, you can import the entire module. So if you are importing the entire module, everything available, everything written inside that module are available to the present program. And the next one is importing the selected object, that we will see in a detailed way. So we can see what is importing the entire module. To import the entire module, the first program we just see what it is. So to import the entire program, you write, module you write import, then specify the module name. So if you want to import more than one module, you can separate them using comma, like import module 1, comma module 2, then module 3, any number of module, or like separate statement you can. So here I am importing only one module in my present program. So module 1 I import. Okay. Then if I import a module in my present program, then I can use all the function which is defined inside this module 1 in the present program. Okay. So here I am using one function which is defined in module 1. For my example, we use module 1 dot add. Then I can pass two values of two variables. Here I am passing two values 5 and 4. Okay. Here module 1 is the module name. That must be another program which is stored in your present directory. And dot. Here I use an operator dot, and while importing the entire module to your program, you have to specify this dot operator. Using this dot operator while calling the module elements is called the dot notation. Okay. So while importing the entire module in your program, this dot notation is a must. That is, I cannot use only this add function. So the interpreter may produce some error message like this add element is not found in present program. Why it is available here if I am using module 1 dot add? Because when I am using this import statement here, all the elements of the import function, module 1 can be available here in this present program. Okay, the usage of this dot is very important, that we will see in the next section, namespace section. Anyway, this is a must. So this way we are specifying the elements of a module. For example, if module 1 has a variable n, then I can use module 1 dot n equal to one value I can assign, or else I can use module 1 dot n here too. Clear? So this importing entire module in a program we can experiment.
This is part of a module 1.py. There are two functions and a variable. The first function msg1 prints my first module, and the second function msg2 prints have a nice day, and the variable num contains the value 1200, and I am going to include these modules as part of my program. Here I include that module 1 by using import statement, import module 1. Then I assign two variables with some values, then a print statement. Then see the next statement, module 1.msg1. Here msg1 is not part of the present program, but that is part of the imported module. So as msg2, it is part of module 1. So I specify module 1 first before calling that function. And next is print module 1.num. Num is a variable which is declared and assigned in module 1. So we can use module 1.num there. Now we can see the output. It prints 14 because 14 is the sum of x plus y, which is specified in the present program, and my first module is the MSG1's output, and have a nice day is MSG2, the second function's print statement, and 1200 is the variable's value which is specified in module 1. One more example for module. This is another module with name find. Here there are two functions. One is fact to find out factorial of the given number. Next is a square function to find out square of n. And we can use this module inside a program. I import the find module in another program. Here import find, that is the first statement of a program which is importing something from a module. And next I simply use a variable to enter
a number to find the factorial, and see the next statement, third statement, find dot fact of a. Fact is a function which is defined in find module. And next, another statement, to enter a number to find the square, and the fifth line, find dot square of b. This function is defined in find module. Then we can experiment and execute the program. Enter the number to find the factorial. Here I am entering a number. To find out the factorial, I specify 7. It prints the factorial of 7, then enter a number to find the square. So I am giving 4. So it prints the square 2.
See the second case, importing selected object. To import selected object from a module, you use the keyword from first. From, then specify the module name. Here I am specifying module name as module 1. From module 1, then import, then specify the elements or the selected elements of the module. Here I am specifying, specify, import, add. Okay. So see the syntax first. From module name, import, element name. Element can be a variable or a function. This you can separate using comma. Any number of elements you can specify there. Okay. This is the syntax. And see, to import selected object to a module, there are two methods. First one is import single object. Import single object, that means only a one object I need to import, like an add function only. So I can specify from module 1 import function name or the element name. Okay, so that is importing a single object. And the second method, before moving to the second method, we can see this from module 1 import add. Then in this program I can use only add. Then two values I have to pass, because in module 1, inside module 1 I declare a member function add. There I use two variables, two arguments, so that I have to specify two arguments here. This will execute. Why? Here I am not using any dot notation, then also this will execute. The reason is, here I specify only one object here. So when I am using this from module name import element of the objects, this method, that is importing selected object, this selected object becomes part of the present environment. Okay, so there you need not specify the module name here. You simply specify the function name. Clear the difference? The former case import module 1 only. In that case I have to specify module 1 dot add here. Here you need not specify the module name. You simply specify the function name. Okay. Then importing selected objects, the first method is select only, import only a single object. Then if you want to import more than one object, you can specify either by separating them comma. Otherwise, the same thing can be imported like from module 1 import specify star. Okay. If I am specifying star here, I can use all the elements of the module 1 here in this program. Here too, I need not specify the dot notation. Directly I can use the function name here. There is a reason behind it that I am going to explain in the next section. Namespace allocation, that we will see. So before that, we can experiment this program too. How to import selected object from your program.
We can use the import statement in another way. That is, the syntax is from module name import object name. that can be a function or a variable. Here in this example, I use from find. Find is my module name. From find import fact. Fact is the function which is defined inside the module find. And here see the function calling. I simply call fact of A because here I specify the function name here. So now the fact is part of the present program's namespace, so that I need not specify it explicitly like find dot fact of A. So it will work in the proper way, but I cannot access any other function which is defined inside the module find. I define one more function inside the find module, that is to find out square. But the square is not accessible here in this program because I import only the fact function of module find in this program. So execution time, same as before, you can give any number, it will find out the factorial. See one more method. You can import all the functions from the find module. From find is my module name, import star. It will import all the elements. So I ask the user to enter a number to find out the factorial, then fact of A. Simply call the function, specify the function name only without the module name. And square of B, specify the function name without the module name. It will work as before. Now we will see more about the modules. Okay. So here I have one module with name module 12 and the program's name is module12.py. It contains two functions and a variable, and this is my program, and let this program's name, I name it as pgm1, program1.py. This is program1.py. Here I use two more variable. Let it be x equal to 100, y equal to 200. Okay. Then let me call the function 2 here. 2. Then when I am creating a program, a namespace is created for that program. So the namespace of pgm1, pgm1's namespace contains a function 2. Then one variable x, again another variable y. These are the elements of the namespace, elements of program 1, pgm1. Then here, as part of the program, I import module 12. So it creates one more namespace for module 12. And the module 12 namespace may contain all the elements of the present module which I imported here. So that namespace is known as, its name also will be similar to the program name. Imported modules, program name, module 12. And the elements are one function with name 1 and one more function with name 2. Then a variable that is number. See, two namespace, pgm1 and module 12. See, here I am using x equal to 100 and it obtained the value from this namespace, y equal to 200, then 2. Here I am using function 2. So it use the function 2 from the present namespace. The current namespace of the current program is pgm1. So it accesses that 2 from the present environment or the pgm1 namespace. So if I want to get the function 2 from module 12, I have to specify it with dot notation like module 12 dot 2. Clear why? Because when I am importing using this method, that is the first method, import the entire module, import module name. Then it creates a new namespace for the function. So in this case, here there is actually a name class. Here one to function as part of the present program and another function name with the same name too. Function with the imported module. But there is no clash at all. It will work automatically because when I am using this module 12 before the function name, it just call the function which is given there inside the module. So the output of this program will be x equal to 100, y equal to 200. We are not printing at all. Then 2, function 2, it prints OK. So the output will be OK. Then module 12.2. Module 12.2 means it just moved to the function which is defined inside module 12 and its content is 2. So the output will be OK. Then TWO2. Clear? Yes. So we can think of the second case. I am using from module 12 import star. Okay. So if I am using this method to import, all the elements of the module 12 becomes part of the present environment. Then we can see the namespace. It never creates a new namespace for the module. All the elements of this module 2 will be part of the present namespace. So PGM, then there will be only one namespace in this program, PGM1 only. It contains all the elements of the present program. They are function 2 is there, then x is there, then y is there, then all the elements of the imported module. Module 12 contains function 1, then function 2, then what's the one numpy is also there. All these elements are part of the program. Then when I am importing in this way, we discussed you need not specify any module name here to call any element of the module 12. So if I want to call function 1, I can simply specify 1. Then if I need to call function 2, I can specify 2 here. Okay, so here I am calling, when I am calling function 2, there is a name clash occur here. What is that? One function is here, one function is there. I am not specifying module name here. I cannot specify because I use this method to import the same. So what is the solution? We can't solve that problem. So the interpreter manages such a situation like it hide the function from the imported module. So the output will be while printing executing function 1 it prints 1, while executing function 2 it prints 2 only. Okay, because while executing function 2 it prints OK only. The reason is it hide the imported functions modules function if both are having same name. Clear? So unless it is required, better to avoid this type of importing because it share the present namespace with the imported modules namespace too. Next is module aliasing. That means instead of writing the entire module name, you can specify an alias name at the time of importing. Import module name as, then specify a shorthand name there. Okay. Then thereafter you need not use module 1. The module name you need not use. Instead of that you write md.1 and md.2 if these two functions are part of the module 1. Clear? Let's experiment the same. We can specify an alias name for a module by giving import statement like this. Import module name as an alternate name. Here the alias name is mm. So I am using mm.msg1, mm.msg2, then mm.num. Instead of module 1 I use mm. So execution time you can see the output so as before. A Python function can be a user-defined function, built-in function or a standard library function. User-defined function you are familiar. you can define a function, then more than one function can be given as part of a module 2. And built-in function. Some of the built-in function you have used like int is a built-in function. You need not include any module for the same. And next is an input function. Input you can use. Then type function. These functions are directly available. And some other mathematical and string related built-in function we will experiment soon. Okay. Then next is the standard library function. The standard library function includes some mathematical function. For example, if you import math module in your program, you can make use of this mathematical function. Okay. So, for example, an SQRT function as part of math module you can use. So, I am using a print statement. Print math. Math is a module that is a built-in standard library modules that is directly available. You need not create any module for the same. So, print math dot SQRT of one value you specify. Here I am specifying 16. So, print math dot SQRT of 16 will print 4 as the output. Why 4? Because SQRT of 16 is 4. It is directly calculating the same because math is a standard library module. Okay. Then this SQRT is a function which is defined inside the standard library module math. Then, so as you can use some other functions, I am using print math dot POW. Okay, so power function you can use, otherwise a useful function factorial. Factorial is also a function which is available in math library or math module. Factorial of 5 if I am giving, it will find out the factorial of 5, then it returns the result there. Okay, then you can print the pi, the value of pi using math module. So, print math dot pi, it will print the value of pi, that is a variable which is stored inside the math library. I hope it is clear. Please experiment these functions. Then another standard library module is random. You can use random function. Sorry, random module, import random. Okay, then some random function. You have to experiment some random function. So let it be a homework for you. Please find out the random module functions and its usage. Okay. So another library function, date time. You can import one date time module. Date time module also support lot of functions connected to the date and time. So let me give these two sections as your home assignment. Random function, random module and date time module. Find out 5 functions each corresponding to the random and date time. 5 code fragment you have to generate. If you have any doubt, you please text to me. Okay, so that's all about this module section. It is connected to the function, so that we explain the last section the same. So what is module? Module is a group of function or group of functions and classes, then some variables too, under a single Python program with py extension. Then the module is very useful to categorize, to reuse the code, to reduce the program complexity too. And the module can be imported in 2 ways. Either import the entire module as a whole, otherwise import only part of the program. So there are 2 syntax are there. One is import module, next one from module name, then import the relevant functions, otherwise you specify a star. Both are different, both are working based on the namespace concept that we have explained. And the last portion that we discussed today is the aliasing. Okay, module aliasing, by specifying AS keyword, you can practice the same. So that's the end of this particular portion. This section is also important, so you please study well and the home assignments and the practical works I will message to you. So you please do accordingly. So thank you.